3 ways to grow on Instagram with Instagram stories. What's going on, guys? Thor here, back with a new video, and in this video we're going to be talking about 3 ways that you can use to grow your Instagram account with the help of stories. Only using stories, we're going to be talking about 3 ways that you can grow. So if you're one of the people that complain about not being able to grow on Instagram, well, this video is going to open your eye to new ways basically of growing your audience, because there are probably more than 20-30 ways of growing on Instagram, but most people are only using 1, 2, or 3 ways. So let's dive into this video and look at 3 ways that you can use to grow your Instagram account with the help of stories. Number 1 is having your followers promote your page. Now, the way you basically do this is you post a story on Instagram, and on that story you basically tell your audience to tag 3 friends in your recent post. Now, just telling your followers to tag 3 friends in your recent post isn't really doing anything, and it's like posting that on your story is not really going to result in people doing it. So you have to give them a reason to actually do this. So you basically have to kind of persuade your audience into doing this. Now, a very effective way of doing this is basically giving out a free shout out to 3 lucky winners maybe who tag their friends. So you tell on your story that tag 3 friends that don't follow my page, and you're able to win a shout out basically from me. So basically you give them a shout out, you give 3 people a shout out, you basically pick 3 lucky winners of the people who actually tag their friends. And yeah, because like it's very easy for people to tag their friends in an image, and then it's basically an opportunity for them to grow their page as well. So it's a win-win situation. Now, the reason this actually works, the reason this actually is going to result in you growing your followers, is because people like to listen to their friends. Like, for example, if a friend of mine were to tell me that, bro, you have to watch this movie Titanic, it's the best movie ever, then I'm much more likely to watch that movie rather than, for example, a commercial telling me to watch that movie. So for example, when your friend is telling you about this awesome Instagram page, it's much more likely for him or her to follow because they got referred by their friend, and you have good relationships with your friend, you trust your friends. So that is basically why this works, why people actually follow after getting a tag from their friend. Now, there are different ways of doing this as well. You basically just get creative. You don't really have to give them a shout out. You can figure out something else in return to your followers for actually tagging your friends. But for example, giving a person a shout out for tagging 3 friends, that's a very successful way of doing it. That's at least something that works. Number 2 is ranking your hashtags on stories. Now, you all guys know that you can rank your hashtags on stories. I hope you know by now. If not, you probably be living under a rock or something. But you can rank your hashtags on stories, and the way you basically do this is you have to have some things in place. First of all, you have to have the content related. So the hashtags that you use on the story obviously is related to the picture you post, and also basically the other stories that are being posted on that hashtag. Now, I have made a full video before where I teach you guys basically how you can easier rank your stories on hashtags. So if you want to get even more information about ranking on hashtags with your stories, watch that video down below. I'll drop it down below so you can watch it afterwards. Now, some of the information in that video is outdated, like for example how many hashtags you should be using. So just to update you guys on that before you watch that video, you should be using between 5 and 15. But to give you some of the information I said in that video, you first of all have to have your content related to the hashtag that you're choosing. You also should be choosing hashtags between 100k and 1 million in users, because those hashtags are the ones where stories pretty much are viewed. If you choose hashtags smaller than that, you pretty much won't get views on your stories because nobody's checking them. And the final thing is to get as much as possible views on your story within the first hour. So just basically promote your stories in different ways to your followers to get those views up, to increase the rankings. Now, to even increase your story rankings, make sure that you're posting stories frequently. Posting stories 3 times a day is what I recommend, because the more you post, the more you're going to get exposed to your followers, the more your followers are going to view your stories, and the higher they're basically going to rank. Now, when doing this, you need to make your stories more interesting, so post different pictures, use the different features on stories. Stories have so many features that you can use nowadays, so just basically experiment with them all. Use polls, use the focus, the new feature where you can basically focus on your face and have the background blurred, use slow-mo, like just use all the different features, and yeah, that is going going to result in increased engagement on those stories as well. So the way this is basically going to help you grow is to get views on the stories from people that don't follow your page. And the way you do this is by getting views on the stories first of all from people that follow your page, because this is going to make them rank. So yeah, apply this, guys. Take action, most importantly, because yeah, it's no point sitting listening to me if you're not actually taking action. So start posting stories, start experimenting with different things, start using these stories to grow your account so that you have different sources of growth. Because most of the time when people come to me, they say, Thor, my account is not growing, and the reason this happened is because your one and only source of growth got cut out. So you have to have different sources of growth. It's the same thing with income. For example, you can't only have one source of income, because if that source of income just basically stops, you're fucked. So you have to create different sources of growth as well, because yeah, if that one source cuts, you're not growing anymore, and then you lose followers because there's always some people unfollowing. So you have to really get onto different ways of growing. So again, guys, take action on this. Really try it out and experiment, and yeah, see if it works for your page. Number 3 is promoting a video showcasing your page. Now this strategy is going to work with the use of influencers. What you basically do is to create a 15-second very eye-catching story or video like this, portrait video, or I don't know what it's called, but yeah, it's portrait. And you basically create a 15-second long video like that, where you basically just showcase your content. You have good editing, maybe pay someone to edit the video for you. It's just 15 seconds, might not be that expensive, but just basically make a video. It can be pictures, videos, or pictures, basically showcasing your page, your content, the best sides of your content and stuff, and basically promote that on an influencer's page. Usually when you pay influencers for shoutouts and stuff, it's maybe like 5 times more expensive to have a shoutout on their feed. But if you're posting that shoutout, if he's posting or she's posting that shoutout on their story, it's much cheaper, which is why I highly recommend you guys to try this one out. Of these strategies, it's the most effective way to grow your Instagram by using stories. For example, say you're a content creator in the travel niche or in the fitness niche, for example. Then you basically take your best pieces of content, you put these together in a 15-second video, and then you basically pay the influencer to have this as an ad in 24 hours on their story, basically. And then in the video, you also want to add some text, basically telling people to follow your page, and basically just maybe talking about what the page has to offer. For example, travel, lifestyle, nature, follow at your username for more content like this. That is really engaging, and that is really going to get people's attention. Also have some background music to make it more interesting, because yeah, you do want to keep people's attention through this video. Now another cool way of combining this with another strategy is just doing the exact same thing, having a 15-second ad on an influencer's page, but also having a giveaway inside that ad. So for example, inside that ad or that video, 15-second video, you for example tell people to first follow at your username and then tag 2 friends on the recent post of that username to enter the giveaway, and to basically, for example, win $500 or whatever it is that you may be giving away to people that people may want. And this way it's going to overall increase the engagement on that story, but also increase the engagement on your post, and you're going to get much more targeted traffic, because again, friends are referring your page to other friends. In specific, on this example, it was 2 friends, so you're getting people to tag 2 friends on your page. That's 3 new people. For example, first of all, the one that saw the ad, and then the 2 people that got referred from the friend on your post. So really another really effective way of using Instagram stories on influencers pages to basically boost your page, this time using a giveaway inside the ad as well. So again, if you like to experiment with a little bit of money when growing your Instagram account, I highly recommend you to try this one out. Ads are still cheap on Instagram on influencers pages, and it's still very cheap to run Instagram ads on stories in general. So yeah, experiment with this, guys, test and see if it works. But again, I really want you guys to take action, because I know a lot of you guys watch my videos, but I also want a lot of you guys to take action on what I'm actually teaching you. Anyways, that is it for this video. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button. Again, if you're new to my channel, go down below and subscribe. I post almost daily Instagram videos. You can find everything you need to know about Instagram on my channel. So again, go down below and subscribe. For you who are subscribed, tap that notification bell, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.